13. 13 endings remain. Hello everyone, my name is Cadens, and welcome back to more The 100 Line Last Defense Academy. Last time, more killing game, more ending, and now we have to start listening to the sponsor to figure out where more invaders are. So let's get to it. Decide your destiny. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, sponsor, fine. I'll listen to you. Where are the invaders? Tell me where I can get some points for Subas. Tell me where the invaders are. I decided to trust the devil just this once. Things aren't getting better anyway. As shady as this offer is, I have to hang on to this glimmer of hope. You're such a romantic, choosing emotion over logic. I could weep. Talk to me, my warrior of love. Let me reward you with this map. The sponsor, the map the sponsor handed me had something that looked like an invader fish drawn in one specific location. Oh, that's by the beach, isn't it? If you go there, you're sure to find invaders. But it'd be wise to bring only Yugamu and Tsubasa with you. Don't tell anyone else you got this map from me. Sound good? You swear the invaders are really there? I guess you'll just have to go and see for yourself. Every word out of the sponsor's mouth made me more and more suspicious, but I had to go there. Woke up Yugamu and Tsubasa. Took the school bus to the place indicated. Really? We'll find invaders if we go here. Yeah, that's what the person who gave me the map said. And just who was that, exactly? I can't tell you. It's part of our deal. A deal, you say? Yugami seemed to sense what was going on, but didn't press the matter further. His back is against the wall, too. Hoping against all hope, we headed for the spot marked in the map.
Almost there. Strap in. The ride's gonna get bumpy.
When we got there...
Kinda looks like a mansion.
Pretty swanky, isn't it? Maybe a commander lived here. We had arrived at a lavishly decorated estate. There was no sign of any enemies near the entrance, but... Let's go inside. Come with me, guys. We cautiously made our way through the mansion with bated breath. Were there really invaders here? The anxiety and anticipation made my heart beat so loudly that I could barely focus. Please let there be invaders. If we don't get some points here, Subasa's... I gulped. Deep inside the estate. We found what we've been looking for. There were so many invaders. Am I dreaming? I wanted to pinch my cheeks to be sure, but I didn't have a minute to waste. We had to seize this golden opportunity. Let's go, guys. Hunt with everything you've got.
Yeah.
Right. Alright. Guy was capable of hunting alone and didn't need my help, but Tsubasa wasn't so good at fighting outside school. I had to help her get those points. Hunt down the invaders. Detach. Just work. Detach. Just work. Detach. Just work.
I feel like you really racked up points.
Yeah, but we can't stop yet. Takemura and the twins had gained a huge amount of points for finishing off the Squad 4 commander at the outpost. We have to keep getting points here if we want to get close the gap. Decided to keep hunting without taking any time to rest. Detach. Just work. Detach. Just work. Detach. Just work. Is that all of them? Are there any more invaders? I looked around, but it had gone quiet inside the estate. Looks like we got them all. What? It's not enough. We need more points if we want to save Tsubasa. Just then, Yugami suddenly whirled around, facing the innermost part of the estate. Careful, guys. A strange presence is approaching from over there. Invaders? Similar, but something's off. Off how? The sound of their footsteps doesn't jive with what I'm sensing. These steps, they seem... They showed themselves. Huh? What I was seeing shouldn't have been possible. Oh, is it them? Oh, never mind!
Humans here.
I thought they all escaped to the artificial satellite.
Those ain't humans, those are Futurins. Oh. Now I see why the sponsor said that we could get a bunch of points here. It wasn't for... I see. It wasn't the point we'd gain off the invaders themselves, it was off the future ends.
Does this mean some of them were left here on Earth? We should ask what happened.
They got guns trained on us. We dropped our weapons at our feet and tried to talk to the people.
You
but...
invaders will stoop to any low, won't you? How did you even find this place?
Yep, this is what the sponsor really wanted.
It's your fault we changed!
I'm gonna kill you right here and now!
Why are they so mad?
I don't think they're in the mood to talk.
Nope. The air was tense. We weren't going to be able to avoid a fight.
Let's run, before they can attack!
But at the very next moment...
Are you sure about that? Leave now and Tsubasa will die, you know?
How did you hear? After hearing... We skidded to a halt after hearing a voice that shouldn't have been there. When we turned around, we saw... Is it a bee? A single bee hovering in the air. It was one of the sponsors, and it somehow seemed larger than the others.
Did I startle you? This bee comes equipped with a transceiver.
I have become bee.
I can speak to you remotely. Anytime, anywhere.
I have become a bee. Sponsor was speaking to us through the bee.
Unfortunately, we don't have time to chat. We need to get going.
Going? Why? There's so many invaders here. Don't you want to score some points?
Why do you want even the future instead? Well, actually, never mind. I actually know why you probably want them dead. Because you're a Gi as well, aren't you?
We hunted down all the invaders. All that's left are... humans.
Takumi, what in the world are you talking about? Those things are clearly invaders.
What?
These people, invaders.
Stop staring and come at me! Stop staring! Or we'll come whether you're ready or not!
I'm gonna kill you! Gonna kill you!
More precisely, they're the armature for invaders. They haven't been processed yet, so they appear more human.
Well, I guess that's not completely wrong, but...
What the hell are you talking about?
The basement of that building is one of the invader production facilities. It was gathering dust for ages, but now it's back in commission.
Oh, that's what you mean by change.
That is to say, these armatures were brought here to mass produce new invaders after their numbers were so thoroughly decimated.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. We've been going out and killing more invaders than they've probably been anticipating, so they now need to force people into become... Veshness needs to force people into becoming more cannon fodder.
Wait. Invaders are made from people? Opinions are split on whether these armatures can be considered human. But in layman's terms, you're exactly right.
What?
Invaders are made from people. Then the SDU had been murdering people?
Alright, I have one more important thing to share with you. Those armatures are worth a lot of points.
These people are...
Armatures are highly valuable, much more than full-fledged invaders. So whoever bravely hunts them down will be rewarded extra special bonus points.
Don't be ridiculous. I don't care how many points they're worth. I'm not going to kill human beings.
Neither am I. The idea of killing people?
There you go,
I
Emil.
may be a filthy assassin, but I don't kill people outside of work.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow, you still have such righteous moral compasses. But are you sure? If you don't hunt them, Tsubasa's going to die.
Tsubasa's going to die. The moment I heard those words, my body lurched with a wave of dizziness.
Takumi, don't listen to them. I'm not willing to kill people for my own survival.
Let's find another way. We can't stay here.
Oh? There aren't any invaders left anywhere else. You really did hunt them to extinction.
Oh.
If you want to save your little friend, you'll have to make a choice here. Isn't that right, Takumi?
Oh, don't make me do this. So this is the real reason why the sponsor pointed me here. They wanted to force me to choose between killing human beings or letting one of my friends get killed.
Are you gonna fight or not? To hell with it! Brace yourselves! We'll kamikaze you monsters!
Yeah, we're soldiers. We're not scared of dying.
Can't kill another person, even if they are a soldier. But... I don't want to lose another friend. Tsubasa, you gotta move. Close your eyes. Talk to me. What are you going to do? Don't, please, you can't. The moment I decided to come here, the choice was already made. I want to protect Yukamu after he stayed by my side through everything, and I want to protect the girl I've truly come to care about. I held my sword aloft with trembling hands. That's right, Takumi. Do it. Our materials are incredibly weak. One strike from your blade and it's all over. Shut up. I'm not doing this because you convinced me. I'm doing this of my own free will. To save Tsubasa's life.
No! Takumi! Don't!
Stop, Takumi!
Sorry. I have to summon the evil inside of me. Just this once, I need to channel Eito Outsuki. Inside my body, I carry the will of the person who so despised humanity. I'll take this sword and...
No!
I brought it down swiftly. I can't. No matter how hard I try, I can't forget. I killed human beings. I've committed an unforgivable crime. Unable to confront what I'd done, I was hiding from reality under the covers of my bed. How could I? Who were those people? What were they doing there? Why were they so hostile toward us even though they were human just like us? Why are there still people on Earth? I thought they all evacuated to the satellite. Nothing makes any sense. Nobody who knows the truth even tried to tell us what's going on here. One thing's for certain. Those people, I killed them. I can still feel the weight of my sin in my palms. That was all that mattered. Enough of this. I don't want to think anymore. Woo boy! Woo boy! So what are the rankings now?
Takumi, are you up?
I could swear I just heard Nozomi's voice. I thought I was hallucinating, but then... I could sense someone at my bedside.
The closing ceremony for round 3 just wrapped up. You saved Tsubasa. You did it, Takumi. Thank you for saving her.
I saved her life. As I heard the news, a single tear trickled from my eye. Thank goodness. I managed to protect the girl I love. I really did it.
Tsubasa's been in bed for a while, but I'm sure she'll be better soon. So you better get well soon too, okay? Everybody wants to see you.
Nozomi's being so optimistic and cheery. She must be trying to lift my spirits. But I need to face what I've done. Who was executed in round 3? Nozomi flinched after I asked it in a strained voice.
It's Takimaru.
I figured it was.
I guess he gave all the invaders he found over to the twins. So he ended up in last place.
I see. That's a real Takimaru way to go out. He was always putting his friends first. He must be cursing me from the other side. He hated me so much, and I ended up forcing him into last place.
No. Just before he got executed, he suddenly got so calm. He said he wanted to tell you he was sorry.
Sorry? To me?
He gave me a letter. I'll read it to you. Takumi, I'm sorry for all the horrible shit I did to you. I just hated you so damn much. But when I thought about it with a cool head, I couldn't even remember why I felt that way about you. Maybe I was using my hatred for you to avoid confronting reality. Sorry I made you my scapegoat. I'm the only one to blame for everything. You don't gotta forgive me, but you gotta forgive Ima and Kako. Adios. That's the end of his message.
Takimaru. Takimaru. You're such a good guy. I always knew that since we'd already survived 100 days together once, but why did things have to end up this way this time? Takimaru. Takimaru. Zomi ran her head reassuringly over my back as I screamed my throat hoarse. "79. Sleep, wake up. Sleep, wake up." I cycled quickly between sleep and wakefulness. What I did weighed on me too heavily when I was awake, so I would retreat back to the land of sleep in search of reprieve. But whenever I fell asleep, I'd dream of the day I killed those people. The memory of my hands covered in their blood would return. I flew out of bed soaked in sweat, but even awake, I was still in hell. It was agony after agony, whether I was sleeping or awake. But I didn't try to pull myself out of the cycle. I can't run away from this pain. After all, this is what I... just then.
Yoo-hoo, Takumi! Still being an antisocial in here.
Evening, Takumi. The two of us decided to sneak into your room in the dead of night. I could hear Yugamu and Darumi in the darkness. The two of them sat beside my bed and launched right into some casual small talk. You were probably hoping for Tsubasa. Unfortunately, she's not feeling so well right now. The mental shock caused her to develop a fever, but she's getting better, so don't worry.
Mr. Tsubasa's getting 24-hour personalized care from me, so there's nothing to worry about at all. I dabbed every nook and cranny of Mr. Tsubasa's body with a damn cloth. The loot inside Mr. Tsubasa's body flushed by fever. It's crazy erotic.
Takumi, you're the only person who can protect Tsubasa from the clutches of the third succubus. You better get up before something horrible happens.
You can just call me Darmy
The cuckold maker! It kept directing the conversation back to me. I wanted to answer, but I desperately resisted the urge. We brought Dorami to meet Commune yesterday, but it was a total disaster. Dorami got way too excited by how cute she is.
Who could possibly keep their cool to see cute little shrine mean girl? Commune life, my life, part of my loins. I grabbed her and munched on those little cute little tears. Even when she tried to fight me off with tears in her eyes, I munched without mercy.
Dorami was all over, so Nozomi got jealous. Hearing them talk made me want to return to normalcy. But I can't go back. I can never go back. I took the lives of those people. I robbed them of the days that lied ahead of them. It wouldn't be fair if I just kept living a life of joy and pleasure. I can't allow it. I'm not going to get out of this bed. I'll stay here until I die. I need to wallow in the anguish of hell and die a dog's death. After all, this is the only way I can atone. Well then.
You're in an awfully sorry state, Takumi.
I heard in her voice. It was Commune. Did she leave the hangar to come check on me?
Yugami told me everything. No wonder you're so worn out. You must have been quite shocked to find out the truth behind what you referred to as invaders.
Shock didn't even begin to cover it. My whole world had been turned upside down.
Takumi, as you discovered, invaders were once humans. The truth of the invaders is that they are combat organisms created from wounded soldiers and veterans. I never want to tell you this cold, painful truth.
Huh?
So we've been fighting humans all this time?
Yes, in a sense.
Which means the destruction on the surface isn't because of world death. It's scars left from the ravages of war. The Tokyo residential complex we'd all been living in before must have been some kind of underground shelter then. Even if it is a war, we can't kill people.
It's true that you kill people, but you could view it as an act of salvation. The people you killed were poor soldiers fated to be turned into combat organisms in the near future. You allowed them to die as humans. You freed them from the fate of being turned into monsters. That's compassion, not evil. All things are ordained by God. Our scriptures say there is no such thing as destiny.
Commune tried desperately to reason with me, to free me from my guilt. And while I appreciated the thought, I didn't want to be freed. If I let myself forget what it felt like, I'm sure I'll just end up doing it again. I just had this horrible feeling that's what would happen. So I clung to my guilty conscience and decided to rot away here. It was only right. You're completely depressed, aren't you, Takumi? I heard in our voice. This time it was the sponsor. Fair enough. I mean, you've been tainted by the act of murder. But it was splendid the way you killed them so mercilessly. The noble knight, turning his hands to protect the one he loves. You really are quite the romantic. It gives me my life so much meaning to push romantics like you to commit mortal sins. You should see the look on your face. You look like a prisoner locked up in a dungeon. Prisoner? Well, I am a criminal, so I deserve to die a miserable death in a filthy cell. The knight awakes from his delusions of romance and confronts his crimes to discover that he is no more than a mere murderer. He must find himself hideous. He must be repulsed by himself. It must make him wish he was dead. A murderer pretending to be a knight in shining armor. That describes me perfectly. I don't regret my choice, but I wish I was dead. They're right. Oh, I only wish I could torture you now that you're so weak and fragile. But I can't. It's against the rules for the sponsor to touch you unprovoked. Damn it, who made this ridiculous rule anyway? I want to play with you, Takumi. I guess that leaves me no choice. I'll just have to toy with your mental state. Thank you, sponsor.
Nobody likes you, everybody hates you, might as well go eat worms!
The sponsor kept childishly insulting me. How long are we just gonna be... Every time I fell asleep, I dreamed of the people I killed. They were ghosts, glaring at me in the darkness. And when I woke, the ghosts would vanish. In their place was endless darkness. I'd go back to sleep, and the ghosts would hover in the air once more. I'd wake up, and they'd disappear. Every day repeated itself. Gradually, I started to be unable to discern if I was dead or alive. Oh. Maybe the night I killed them, I died with them.
Takumi.
I was on the verge of tears the moment I heard her voice. I wanted to leap out of bed and cling to her. It took everything in me to act on that impulse.
I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner. I've been in bed all this time too. I'm sorry. You're in so much pain and you shouldn't be. I'm sorry you had to do something like that because of me.
I could clearly hear the sound of Tsubasa's tears hitting the floor.
Huh?
It's okay. I'm the one who did it. And when someone does something wrong, they need to suffer for it.
No, you didn't do anything wrong, Takumi. The ones we really should be blaming are the people who put us in this horrible situation to begin with. We just got dragged here all of a sudden and forced to fight these enemies we didn't know anything about. And then this killing game started. It's all so confusing. We didn't do anything wrong.
2 teardrops fell onto my cheek. The girl I love is crying. I want to comfort her, but I can't touch her. My hands are too dirty. No, Tsubasa. There's no point trying to rationalize it. I can't run away from what I did. My hands tell the story. They're covered in blood. Blood that will never wash away. It wasn't about words or reasons. My hands gave it away. They brand me as a criminal. Don't worry about me anymore. I'm evil. I don't belong with you guys. I want to get Tsubasa as far away from me as soon as possible. I didn't want to sully her with all the sin and death I brought with me. But she never made any attempt to leave my side.
Fine. If you think you're a criminal, so be it. Takumi the criminal. I'm fine with this new label of yours. So at least hear what I have to say about our future.
Our future?
I talked with Yugami and Darmi earlier. We're never going to be able to go back to how it was before. Yugami made Kyoshika drink poison. Darmi killed Hiroko. Even if we tried to live like normal in the complex, I think we'd suffer trying to readjust to peaceful lives.
She's right. We strayed a long way from the lives we used to live. I couldn't face Mom or Dad. I couldn't go back to that life. Not that I even planned on trying. But Tsubasa, you're still clean. You can still go back.
Listen to me, Takumi. We'll live together as roommates when we get to the artificial satellite.
Roommates?
We'll rent out some cheap little detached home and all 4 of us criminals can live together in poverty. It might be hard for us to reintegrate into society when we get back from the war, but at least when we go home, we'll have the friends who went through it with us. I'm sure we can overcome anything as long as we're together.
Subasa's voice was lively as she described our future together.
We'll get part-time jobs so we can afford food and pay the bills. I need to start researching some cheap but tasty recipes right away. Oh, and we should get some cheap appliances from secondhand shops. Even total junk is no problem, because I can fix it.
Huh? Tsubasa, what are you...
We'll be busy on weekdays, so we might not even get to see each other. But we can make up for it by making sure we take weekends off together. We can rent some cheap DVDs and have an all-day watch party.
That very moment, I could clearly envision the life Tsubasa was describing. Aww. It was so vivid. Almost like I could reach out and grab it.
I bet Darumi won't want to watch anything except B-grade horror movies. She and Yugamu will love it. We're gonna feel left out, but we'll still watch all of them to the end. Doesn't take much to convince us, huh? After we're done, we'll all clean up the popcorn Darumi threw all over the place. We'll all sigh and laugh as we sweep. You'll say, "You made us waste our day off watching these garbage movies." And I'll say, "But I kind of enjoyed it."
An overwhelming feeling welled up as I played out the scene in my head. This feeling rising up inside me. It was longing. I wanted this future. I wanted it so bad it hurt. No. I can't can't start dreaming about the future. I can't let myself have a future after taking so many lives. It's not right. Go away. Go away. I frantically repeat these words in my head. Demons aren't allowed to dream about happy endings. There was a warm sensation on my lips. Tsubasa's lips rested neatly atop mine. Her breath, her warmth, her hopes, her life. I felt all of it in my soul.
I just took half of your sins, Takumi. Guess that makes me a criminal too.
Tsubasa.
And in exchange, I gave you half of my life.
The moment I heard those words, I truly felt like I'd been reborn. There was a faint warmth in my chest.
It's okay. You can make things right. I know you're a kind person, Takumi. So please, make my dream come true. Let's all be roommates.
After giving me another kiss on the cheek, she suddenly jolted back.
No, I did it again. I guess two people practically back to back. Am I just easy? Anyway, Takumi, get well soon. I'm out of here.
Tsubasa rushed out of the door. The sound of her briskly shutting it behind her echoed in the room. And when I heard that sound... I can see again! Huh? I'd unconsciously risen to my feet. My body was moving. My heart was telling me it still wanted to live. It was as if I'd never lost the will to keep going in the first place. I felt almost as if I wasn't myself. Right. I guess I'm half Tsubasa now. Tsubasa had breathed half her life into me, and she'd taken on half my sin, which meant...
Okay, Tsubasa. Let's do this.
Let's get through it. I'm the most horrible person that ever exists. Complete villain who kills people. Scum that doesn't deserve to live. Trash. Grim Reaper. Demon. That's exactly why I have to fight for my friends. I'll use these filthy hands to cradle Tsubasa's beautiful dream and keep it safe. And in order to do that...
I'm gonna finish this invader hunt, once and for all.
Okay. A second wind, if you will. Day 83. When's the invader hunt gonna begin again? I have to imagine there's one more hunt in it. Sorry for worrying you guys. I'm fine now. The next morning, back on my feet, I called everyone to the hangar and apologized for being in bed for so long.
Takumi, thank goodness you're okay. You were so sad. There. I'll make you some porridge with egg later, okay?
No thanks on the porridge. I get the feeling Nozomi's been turning more and more sisterly ever since she started looking after Commune. Darmi, Yugamu, you two came to visit me a lot. Thanks for cheering me up.
Yeah, too bad you didn't die so I could have Mr. Tsubasa all myself.
You look so adorable in your catatonic state. I wanted to immortalize you in wax and use you to decorate my room.
Hey, stop saying scary things or notice her.
Seriously, stop with the big sis act.
Maybe everyone looks like Commune and her.
Maybe. I wanted to think Commune too, but there was no sign of her. Maybe she was working on the escape pod. And last but far from least, Tsubasa. She awkwardly averted her eyes. I guess she must be feeling embarrassed about what happened. I said I would talk to her about it later and then looked to Yugamu. He urged me to keep talking with his eyes. Takumi, sorry to do this when you're just getting back, but we need to discuss what happens next right away. If we take too long, round 4 will start.
Round 4 will last from day 86 until day 100. Right now is our break. There's no way we're going to do this a 4th time. Absolutely not.
We're all in agreement then. We're not participating in this invader hunt again. But if we want to leave the game, we're going to need to procure fuel for the escape pod somehow.
Fuel as in a large amount of cryptoglobin.
Ah.
Commune said that we need the cryptoglobin from the strongest class of commanders. Strongest class of commanders. That Dorsha surely fits the bill. If we can beat him and take his cryptoglobin, we'll definitely be able to launch the escape pod. The problem comes from how we're going to get that cryptoglobin. The people in the... Because the second we kill him inside the bounds of the academy, those bees are going to yoink that cryptoglobin right out of him. But there might be a way of making that work, which is the cryptoglobin gets split into 3, right? It gets split into 3 vials that the top 3 places get. As long as we make sure we have we have 3 people in our group with the top 3, then, well, obviously we can get the cryptoglobin. The problem is Ima and Kako. If Ima and Kako do not get one of the vials, we might be screwed. But he was insanely strong.
Our attacks didn't do anything to him. I have PTSD from almost getting killed by him. Hey, right, Mr. Tsubasa? You need somewhere to puke. Aim for my face.
I can relate to your nausea. Dodge's beyond powerful. How is it fair that his defense is enough to nullify every attack? He's the only one we just can't beat. Alone, that is. Alone? I wonder what I was implying, and just then...
Please, allow me to handle Dasha.
When did you get here?
Oh my god, the jailbreak shine maiden! It's so cute when you just show up like that. My sister's the cutest girl in the cosmos.
It's kind of... I have to say, I was not expecting the killing game route to change, to make the characters go in wildly different directions from how the rest of the routes I feel like made them go. True enough, but more importantly, Commune, do you know anything about Dacia?
Dasha is one of the most renowned warriors in all of history. Naturally, word of his ability spread throughout the land. Then, do you know how we can get through those impossible defenses of his?
Ooh, excuse me.
Dasha, he's permanently cloaked in the mist of divine blood. Cryptoglobin. The blood he expels is the true form of his impenetrable defense. In order to damage him, you must first destroy his cloak of cryptoglobin.
So that's why his defenses are so high. We actually have a proper explanation now. It's cryptoglobin that's basically surrounding him in a barrier. Some kind of invisible barrier, basically, of cryptoglobin. Destroy it? How do we do that?
It's quite simple. Use poison.
Commune, I've played another route in this game, and I know you have a bow and arrow that can instantly knock out his defenses. Do your job!
Pure divine blood is weak only to poison, even more so when it's exposed like that.
So we need a poison that works on cryptoglobin. We better figure that out. Wait, hold on. I swear we already... Yeah, wait a minute. The cryptoglobin they absorb courses through their bodies, so I simply need to develop a poison that acts on cryptoglobin. Yugamu! Hey, Yugamu, you made a poison that works on cryptoglobin when you killed the previous sponsor, right? Can we use that to beat Dasha? Yes, I was thinking the same thing. I've already given Commune the poison I made.
Yugamu's poison is quite well made. After I make a few improvements to it, it'll be able to break through Dasha's impenetrable defenses.
Things were moving smoothly and quickly. If we kept this momentum going, we were going to be able to take down Dasha and get his cryptoglobin. But don't celebrate just yet. We have another foe who's far bigger nuisance. Let me guess. The sponsor. I can't get a read on them at all. It's highly likely that they'll insert themselves in our battle with Dasha.
They might even have a more evil trick in store for us. Knowing them, they definitely do. Maybe we should take out the sponsor first? I would kill Dasha first. If we keep letting Grandpa wander around outside the old folks' home, it's not gonna be pretty. Stop praying for the Grandpa, he's getting too strong.
In short, we have 2 options right now. Target Dasha or target the sponsor. And making that decision falls to me as team leader, I suppose. Gosh dang it. It so pains me to force you to make a decision while you're convalescing, but I would prefer if our leader chose our course of action. Whatever you choose, we'll see it through to the end. Do we take care of Dasha as soon as possible, or do we take out the sponsor? If we get Dasha's cryptoglobin, we can escape, but it's entirely possible the sponsor will throw something at us to stop us. Maybe we should start with the sponsor then. But I really would rather avoid a direct confrontation with them. We already know how to deal with Dacia, but we don't even know who or what the sponsor really is. Dacia is a sponsor. Oh god, I have to make a choice here? Are you serious? I don't know. I don't know what the right choice here is. I got no clue. The thing is, I feel like we're far enough in this route now to where these both might actually lead to day 100. I feel like both these routes might lead to day 100 because we're so close to the end now that I wouldn't be surprised. Like, surely you could probably make both these routes like taking both paths of killing either the Dacia or the sponsor first. But again, I'm just gonna close my eyes, use the analog stick to hit right, and the control pad thing to hit left. Close my eyes, mash both of them, and then we'll see who gets hit first. The answer is the sponsor. Okay. I honestly don't have a preference, so I am curious though, which one splits? I want to actually check the one that splits first. That doesn't split, really. I kind of expected it to split with the sponsor, honestly. I want to see what happens if we choose the Dacia. This might be a short route, but I could also believe it going to day 100. Let's go Dacia. Excuse me. There's also the fact that Vashness is probably still alive, right? We'll fight Dacia. It's way better if we can avoid fighting the sponsor. We have no idea what they might throw at us, after all. Avoiding fighting an unknown entity sounds entirely logical to me.
Their next opponent is Dacia. I'll give it everything I've got this time. That ogre popped me like a balloon. I need to get my revenge.
Commune, please get to work on the poison for Dacia.
Indeed, follow my divine footsteps to your fated victory. Commune, I'll help you. I have a bit of medical knowledge. If I recall, Dacia said something after we fought him last time. He said he'd come to the school.
We will start anew. Next time it will be at your school.
If he says he's gonna come to us, then we'll let him. We'll set up poison traps around the school grounds and be ready and waiting to engage. We'll intercept him. It was settled. We wouldn't participate in round 4. Instead, we made steady preparations for whenever Dacia eventually showed up. Day 84. 85. 86. Game? 87. Day 7 was when Dacia finally showed up at the school, but his entrance completely defied our expectations, in more ways than one. What do you mean? Dacia just walked right into school grounds. After finding him standing up there, we rushed out of the school and over to where he was standing. Hi there. When did you get here?
What happened to the alarm? Why didn't it go off?
Alarm? What are you talking about?
Is this a commander? Yeah, his name is Dacia. He's incredibly strong, so look out.
I was watching from the roof. He just walked through the wall of fire like it was nothing.
This old timer has to be basically invincible if undying flames can't even touch him.
Damn it, this wasn't the plan. The fight wasn't supposed to start like this. It was also sudden that we were thrown off. It was going to be hard for us to even fight properly now.
I'll give you 1 minute. Calm your minds and prepare for battle.
Thanks. With that, Dacia turned away and put some distance between us. I really respect Dacia. He's like, he's always about fairness. He's like,
I don't really care for an easy victory. Get ready. I'll just go over here and eat these snacks I had.
he just brings out like, I don't know. I don't know, like, what do you think Futurans eat for snacks? Just pull out like a Rice Krispie treat? I don't know.
Huh? Wait.
wait.
He's waiting.
I'm sorry, but is this the first time I've ever seen this Kako expression? I've seen similar expressions from Kako, but I swear I've never seen one where it's just this. It's so simple. Like, I usually see an expression like this, but with, like, her eyes darkened, like, with, like, the, like, part of her face darkened to show, like, that despair or whatever. But I don't think I've ever seen just complete confusion like this.
He did mention he didn't like to do sneak attacks or something before, right?
Looks like we've been saved by his code of chivalry. Yeah, we were about to get completely wiped before we could even start. Calmed ourselves and then got to fight. Thanks, Dasha. Up, here come the invaders. Where are you getting these people? Why is the poison trap already out on the field? I've seen this about 100 times.
This is our what plan? Nobody told us
wait,
anything.
wait, you're right. We didn't tell Ima and Kako shit. They're just hearing like, this is the final battle. It's like, what do you mean this is the final battle? We still have till day 100, you idiot.
We have traps buried around the school grounds. We just have to get him to step on one.
Oh, do I actually have to do the fight because
Reckless
it's different
attacks
now?
will get you killed. We're going to need to use our wits for this fight.
Why didn't you tell us anything before? You idiot. Oh, I can skip this fight. Poison.
I never would have guessed there was a poison that could work on me. My vaunted defense has come crumbling down.
Don't turn tail and run just because your invincibility's gone. We urgently need you to die for us.
Why would I run? I've been waiting to be cornered like this my entire life.
Finally, a real
I've always fought
To die?
to die on the battlefield is the fate of all true warriors. Do you not also long for the pleasure of an honorable death?
Absolutely not. Because all we want is to live.
Life and death are but two sides of the same coin. For you to live, you must put your enemy to death. Now that the time has come, kill me to gain the life you so deeply desire.
I feel like the sponsor is going to do something big to make us not win against them. Like, they're going to steal all of Dalsh's Cryptoglobin, like, oh, hey, new rule. I get all Cryptoglobin from now on. Just in case any of you had any plans to get too strong for your britches. You know what, actually? I wouldn't be that surprised if it was something along those lines, because Dalsh's Cryptoglobin of all Cryptoglobin would be very bad to let into the student's hands, considering his Cryptoglobin allows for immense defense.
So I've lost, but
I still...
in this world, sometimes death is more constructive than continuing to live. When I defied that woman, I was ousted from my position as a hero. Imprisoned, I despaired of dying in that emptiness. I am truly grateful you all appeared. Because now I can die on the battlefield as a warrior.
Thank you for fighting honorably.
You could have massacred us if you'd opted for a sneak attack instead.
Yeah. I'm glad you were the last enemy we had
What are
to
you all
face.
talking about?
It was an honor to have you as my last opponents as well. You are all true warriors. Now,
We take the escape pod. Before I could do anything in response. Bees!
Oh, these insects.
Bye, Dasha.
Bravo! A truly incredible victory! Beating an unfair boss like that means you really are top-class hunters!
Suddenly appearing out of nowhere, the sponsor took control of the scene.
Oh, great. You're always just in time to ruin things.
Get out of here! I don't even want to look at you!
What are you doing here, sponsor? This isn't your scene. Drop Delshaw's Cryptoglobin and get lost.
Oh, Takumi! I'm so glad to see you're feeling better!
No
But you're
rule!
not sick anymore. You should really be hunting. That invader hunt without you is hardly worth running. Turns out, every good game needs a villain. A savage murderer like you.
Shut up and give us the Cryptoglobin. Do you want me to kill you right here?
Okay, settle down. I'll give your prize back here.
Began to imitate the previous
I shall
sponsor.
divide this mighty prize among only the most excellent of my
Oh, yeah, it's all three of us. Spot used to be as a tribute center, just blah blah blah. In other words, we'd be able to launch the escape pod. Desperately fought to keep the smile off my face. I was so happy on the inside that I wanted to dance, but I couldn't show my emotions in front of the sponsor. Need to tread carefully until we launch the escape pod. With joy in our hearts knowing we outwin the sponsor, our team left the schoolyard. It's just gone, the freaking escape pod. I'm half expecting it to just be gone. We head for the hangar. Full tilt. It's gonna be gone. Oh, no, it's not.
Aha!
Korean, we got Dolce's Cryptical open.
We finally did it. Come here, give me a high five.
Now it's the good news commune, but...
Huh? Commune?
maybe she's taking it up.
Hey, little Shrine girl, come out already.
Commune income. She must be focused on her work inside the pod. I checked inside, but... there was no sign of her in the escape pod either.
Why? Why isn't she here?
She's gone.
I told her it was dangerous, so she needed to stay put.
Maybe she noticed we were fighting Dalsha and went to see how it was going.
She was really worried about whether we'd be able to win.
Let's look for her. We can't let the twins find her.
She's more than likely a target of the invader hunt. If the twins find her, they might go after her in hopes of getting more points. That's like what happened with Ava. Looked all over the school. In every classroom. Infirmary. War room. Rec room. But no matter where we looked, no sign. We're grouped in...
She's not here. We can't find her anywhere. Mune, where'd you go? Stay calm, Nozomi. It's okay. We're gonna find her.
But if we still haven't found her, it's impossible someone took her.
What?
If it was Ima or Kako, they might have already taken her outside the school.
Since there's no points if you don't hunt him outside. We need to hurry. We should all search outside.
We found someone blocking our way. Hello. The sponsor. What's the rush? Is it track and field day? Move, we don't have time for you right now. We squeezed past the sponsor and started to run for the wall of fire. Are you perhaps looking for someone?
Huh?
I skid to a hole in the dirt and whirl around to face the sponsor.
Don't tell me. Did you take Commune?
Commune? Do you mean that shrine maiden looking girl? How? Of all the people to find her, why the sponsor?
Where are you hiding her? Give her back. Give her back right now. No, Nozomi, if you attack them, you'll be breaking the rules.
Sponsor just barely managed to restrain Nozomi from grabbing the sponsor.
Huh?
Sponsor, you abducted her, didn't you?
Oh my god, you snatched a little girl, you big freak. You better give her back. Make it quick and I won't tell anyone you're sick, pedo.
Can we leave words like abducted and pedo out of this? I was just doing your job of capturing a stray invader loitering on school property. You should be thanking me. I knew it. She must have realized we were fighting and gone to check on us. Unfortunately, she must have run into the sponsor.
Give her back. Give Commune back.
Please! Get me back my sister!
The sponsor silently stared at Nozomi as she screamed. They must have found it amusing. They love toying with people's emotions. What do you want, sponsor? What do we have to do to get you to give her back? Tell us what you want right now. Can you stop accusing me of kidnapping? I swear I didn't snatch that invader girl. Liar. Then where is she? What a strange question. She's been with you this whole time. With us. What are you even saying? I mean, I just handed her out the top 3 play. Oh. Oh dear. Hand her out. You mean the syringes? What do those have to do with... Then it hit me. A vicious chill ran down my spine. I merely pulled the syringe out of my pocket. No. No way. That's Tasha's cryptoglobin in there. It has to be. It wasn't all that much, but that little girl had some cryptoglobin inside of her. I sucked it out of her and put her in that syringe along with Dalsha's. A special blood donation service for my hardest workers. Nozomi's about to actually lose it. The sponsor's laughter echoed across the school grounds. I had spun and I nearly collapsed on the spot. That means, while we were fighting Dalsha, Commune was already...
No, you're lying. You have to be lying.
Yeah, I don't believe it. You're messing with us. If that's what you think, then take a look. Maybe you'll at least manage to find her body.
Commune, where are you?
Oh no.
Commune, where are you? Answer me, please.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hello.
The strange cryptoglobin and completely desiccated, but we were sure it was her. Yeah, I had a feeling this was coming. Bye, Nozomi. Yep, Nozomi's dead. I couldn't stop her. She was mad with grief knowing her little sister had been killed. Driven by pure loathing, she charged at the sponsor. Goodbye. Didn't even graze them through the protection of the bees. Goodbye, Nozomi. As punishment for violating the rules, she was executed. Yeah, I'm not that surprised, honestly. Wait, that's it! Okay. I gotta pull out my notes. I didn't think it'd end that quickly. 85. Killing game routes. A cruel end for Commune. 88 endings complete. My goodness, it is weird having this much. Alright, fine. We'll kill the sponsor first. I still want to defeat the sponsor. They're the embodiment of evil. Unless we eradicate them from this world, they'll come back to haunt us again and again. I fell for their ruse and became a murderer. I can't let anyone else make the same mistake.
I totally agree with Takumi. I'll never forget the sponsor for toying us and exploiting our kindness. Never. Nobody gets away with harming my dear Takumi.
My dear Takumi. Is there something we should know?
That was a joke. Just a joke. There's nothing going on between Takumi and me. Nothing at all, right? Right, Takumi?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like not even a teensy little thing? Cross your hearts and hope to die? What sort of follow-up question is that? I already said it was nothing. Darby's gonna kill me now. There is this one thing.
Are you telling them about that?
Just slipped out.
Love and die, you dumb normies. Only Takumi, though. What's happening? Why are Sabats and Takumi fighting all of a sudden?
Don't ask.
This is more of an expression of love. You'll understand when you're older.
Stop it. We have better things to do than to tease me right now.
I think we should be talking about this even more. We all want to see you happy, Takumi.
What? See me happy?
You've been suffering all this time because you took on the toughest role among us. So when we see you happy, it gives us a sense of relief.
Basically, we wish for your happiness as much as you wish for ours. Didn't you know? We were heartbroken for all those days because you were out of commission. We'll fight the sponsor for daring to inflict so much pain on you just for kicks.
Because making you happy is the only reason we're even fighting.
This is like a more. Now it's starting to feel like a how I put it, healthy way, a healthy version of the Cult of Takumi route. Except it's not based on like hatred or anything. It's like they genuinely just want to see him happy. In that moment, I knew in my heart we could beat the sponsor. With friends like this behind me, I could overcome any cunning or intrigue the sponsor threw at me. This time we'll succeed. The sponsor's going down. We all exchanged glances and nodded. I vowed to myself that we would defeat the sponsor. Okay, we need to firm up our strategy. If you'll kindly accompany me to the biolab.
By the biolab?
There's something I need to show everyone. Something critical to our plan into being the sponsor. Okay. What do you got? Here you are. Take a look at these. What?
Yeah. These are dismembered parts of a dead body.
Yes, indeed. I went around collecting them from all over the schoolyard while we were on our little break. Dismembered body in the schoolyard? Whose is it? There's no mistaking it. These are the body parts of the first sponsor, the one who self-destructed on the last day of the second round. They blew themselves up to hide their identity after they realized the poison was lethal. Do you think you can find out who they were based on, like, remaining bits of DNA? That must be why these body parts are charred. Anyway, I analyzed the assorted remains the other day, and I discovered something very interesting. This body had already been dead for several years. I thought so, yep. That's interesting, though. Because, I had a feeling, yeah. We know that the Gi is involved based on the way that the first, sponsor body was killed. When they died, they shouted Gi. So we already knew that the Gi were involved in this, in the first sponsor's existence. So, but now we know that it was one of the male queens, or what, like, hang on, let me see again. Archive. We know it was a Gi female in the male spawning phase, it seems. Or, I don't know. At the very least, the point is, the body was already dead. Part of the reason why they probably had to wear a suit is because we would be able to tell that they were dead if we looked at them. But it seemed that the Gi that was in control of the sponsor's body was in far more control of it than any other Gi over a dead body, because even though the person it was controlling was dead, they could still, like, think and act and do everything without acting like an undead zombie. Years. But the sponsor only self-destructed 20 or so days ago. I was surprised too. I convinced myself I must have made a mistake. So I checked again and again, but the result was always the same. Every corpse had been dead for at least a few months, sometimes years. So my final conclusion was this. The sponsor's true identity was a dead body.
Dead body? You mean they were a zombie?
Think about it. Doesn't it make a lot of what we know about them make sense? They didn't need to eat or sleep. They kept coming back, even when we killed them. That's like the textbook definition of a zombie. Oh no, it sounds too outrageous to me. No, it doesn't. Listen, I've seen enough shit from this game to last a lifetime. That is basically normal at this point. You think it's impossible, right? But how many impossible things have we already witnessed since coming to this academy? There's probably an actual person controlling these dead bodies using hemoenema. That would explain why the sponsor had so many bodies at their disposal. They were all corpse puppets.
And they could grab as many dead bodies as they wanted from the cemetery or something.
That's what the first sponsor really was, an army of dead bodies. This idea could also explain why they organized the invader hunt in the first place. What do you mean? Oh. Are you saying that they specifically did the invader... Are you saying that the first sponsor specifically started the invader hunt solely as a way of getting more bodies? Is that what you're implying? I don't think that's impossible. By making a slaughter of invaders by the dozens, the sponsor would get their prime pick of dead bodies. Then they could create as many spares as they wanted.
They're powering themselves up by making us create dead bodies for them?
Exactly. The sponsor, we're just corpse-churning contractors. That's why the rules of the hunt are fairly lenient toward the players. It was set up in such a way to ensure the sponsor wouldn't lose too many of their contractors all at once.
Only executing one player per round did seem kind of half-assed to me.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised on that too, but now that we're talking about it like this, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. They wouldn't want to get rid of all the people who are making all the bodies for them. That would kind of defeat the purpose of the whole thing. Now, though, that creates a new problem, though. Who the heck's the new sponsor? They don't seem to be What I'm curious is, do you think the new sponsor is also a Gi person? Like somebody who's possessed by Gi? Dead or alive, doesn't matter. Are they possessed by Gi? The last sponsor did say they passed their will on to the next person. But considering we're talking about Gis here, passing will could honestly also just translate into, hey, I infected my predecessor with another Gi, so have fun with that. But at the same time, it is possible that maybe the person they passed their will onto wasn't possessed by Gi. The Gi also, from what we can tell of the Gi's objectives, they really only just want to, like, make more of themselves and kill others, right? I could see it being willing to leave its will onto somebody who just wants to kill. And the duration of each round suddenly went up to 15 days, slowing down the pace of the executions.
The points distribution system was to help us stay alive for longer as well. Because of that, we were able to hunt together in teams.
Also that we could create as many dead bodies as possible. We've been dancing to that zombie's morbid tune, and it irks the hell out of me.
You think the second sponsor's also a corpse puppet?
That's the question. It doesn't seem like they are. Odds are deathly high. Oh, you think so? Really? They claim to be the sponsor's successor, but they're likely just one of the many corpses the first sponsor still has at their disposal. I don't know about that. Yugamu's poison did still work on the first sponsor, and it did kill them all. But why would a successor... But if the successor is just another corpse, then wouldn't that not make sense? Wouldn't the successor also just be... This is mind-boggling. The sponsor's been using this all this time. To create dead bodies that they turn into zombies. But wait. A blood-curdling possibility suddenly flashed across my mind. If the sponsor could control dead bodies... Gamu, if the sponsor's ability is to control corpses, could they use our friends' bodies as well?
What if they raid Kyoshiko's grave or steal Kurara's body?
Gaku and Ada's bodies are in danger as well. We've left them in the morgue. The sponsor could have easily stolen them from under our noses.
That's just inhuman. Using their bodies even after they died.
Let's go check the graves in the morgue immediately. We need to make sure everybody's bodies are all accounted for. Whoa, chill out, guys. Yeah, did you already check for us? I've already secured our friends' remains. Secure them where? In their own dignified coffins, in my room. Since we're on the subject, come and pay your respects. Oh, you just hid them in your room. Oh, that's actually really nice. What? Yama's room is packed from wall to wall with coffins. It looked more like a morgue than a bedroom now. At least you protected them. I give you that.
Where's your furniture? Your bed?
How did you... Yeah, where is your stuff?
I dismembered and disposed of them.
You can just say deconstruct, you know that, right?
I figured these guys' eternal sleep was more important than mine, you know?
Damn.
Thank you, Yugamu, for protecting their bodies all by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they're safe.
Yeah. You did great. Once the invader hunt is over, we'll give them a proper reburial.
What's with the bracelet on
Yugamu.
them?
What are those things on top of the coffins?
Yeah.
The bombs from inside their bodies.
Oh.
I surgically removed them when I brought them here.
So that's what the bombs look like.
It didn't feel right to leave something so sickening inside them, even in death, you know?
That's fair.
Yugamu.
If your tears welling up at Yugamu's kind consideration. The dude might be an assassin, but he's probably about the most respectful assassin you can imagine. He only really kills if he feels it's necessary, or if it feels like it's worth it. Which, sure, maybe you can say that's weird, which it is. But at the same time, you can't say that he doesn't respect his targets, or other people, or life in general. He's probably more repulsed by the bombs than ever, having been blown up by one himself the other day. We all stood before the coffins to pay our respects before leaving Yugamu's room. The moment we stepped out of Yugamu's voice onto the rooftop, we heard an unexpected voice. Hey, do you guys have a minute?
Long time no see, everyone.
Ima and Kako. Well, you two are an unusual sight around here. To what do we owe the honor? I could already feel tensions rising. We exchanged knowing glances and prepared ourselves to fight if we needed to. Yeah, I'm not exactly happy here. They even injured Nozomi during the Ava incident before. No need to be so wary. We're here to offer you our unconditional surrender.
Right. Like a white flag.
Kako raised both hands as a sign of surrender. So you're not going to antagonize us anymore? I mean, it's not like we can beat you guys, right?
And now Takimaru is dead.
There's not really no point competing against you the way things are right now. In fact, we were hoping we could join you. Sounds like a good deal for you.
After all those terrible things you just said to Takumi.
I'm not exactly expecting you to welcome us for free, of course. I come bearing a gift. What kind of gift? My life! I'll stay in last place all through the next round and die. In exchange, I ask that you keep my dear sister safe when I'm gone. What?
Brother Dearest, what are you talking about?
I'll even let you lock me in that cage in the courtyard if you doubt my sincerity. Listen, I might hate you at the moment, but I don't want you to die, damn it. Then I'll die in the same cage Ava once occupied. Poetic justice for my attempted murder of her, don't you think?
Ima. Brother Dearest, no. How can I live without you?
Come now, sister dearest. This is the way it should be.
It's an unspoken rule that an older brother takes the place of his sister when she faces certain death.
Listen, I know you've been an asshole this entire route. And I ain't gonna deny that maybe in some ways you do deserve some poetic justice, but that doesn't mean I want it. You might deserve it, but I don't want it. Ima's words made me remember what Ava said just before she died.
To earn my title as mother, there is something I must do. I must teach Nozomi the meaning of true love
Ideally, I want to try and get the twins out of here too.
and the strength of a real parent who never sacrifices her children to benefit herself.
A loving heart that moved someone to give their life to protect another, completely contrary to what the killing game stood for. And that was why. It's fine. You can both join our team. Really? Yeah, Takimura asked me to forgive you two, anyway. I'm so grateful, Mr. Sumino. I will die as promised, so please take care of my dear son. On one condition. Ima, you are prohibited from dying. You need to survive too. Hold on, Mr. Sumino. If I survive, someone else has to die. No, nobody has to die. We're going to put an end to this game. Don't worry. As long as we remain united, the sponsor will be no match for us. Seems like someone's developed to kill a new attitude since we last saw him. But that's how a leader should be.
I feel like we're letting these two off too easy, but I'm good if Takumi is. Ima, Kako, let's put our past behind us and work together for the future. Gross. I usually can't stand cringy stuff like this, but I'll let this one slide. It'll be a change from all that awkwardness, at least.
To be fair to the others, we all felt for the sponsor's ploy to divide and conquer. Now we're finally united as one again. Pride of the Special Defense Unit is at stake. Let's take down that sponsor. Our newfound unity made us all the more determined to fight against our enemy. We carry on the will of those who had passed before us and do what needed to be done. Day 84. Ding.
Get prepared.
Shut up, egg. Is that the first time I'm saying that today? Alright, let's get this meeting started. Needless to say, we're here to discuss how to bring down the sponsor once and for all. I shot Yugamo a glance and he took over. To beat the sponsor, we'll first have to deal with the 3 deadly weapons they wield. First of all, their suit. As you all know by now, it has the ability to negate hemoenema-based attacks. None of our superhuman attacks will even scratch it. So we need a way of damaging the suit that doesn't involve hemoenema. So any kind of gun, crossbow, basic stuff like that. Even a knife could probably take it.
Technology that nullifies the power of divine blood. The inventor must be a real wizard.
Again, based on the fact that it can deny that kind of, considering the fact that it can nullify the effects of hemoenema, I have to assume that whatever the leaf suit's made of, it has to be Material Omega. A substance with cryptoglobin-absorbing properties. A service code in Material Omega can even survive contact from undying flames unharmed. The leap suits have to be made of a Material Omega for it to be able to survive those hemoenema-based attacks.
It's crazy weak against physical attacks. Anyone can destroy it with a regular weapon.
Even a basic knife could probably cut it. Yeah, we broke through it before with a simple crossbow. It's not all that tough. It's basically paper. We shot holes in the first sponsor's suit some 50 nights ago, but damaging it wasn't the real problem. The sponsor has 2 other weapons at their disposal. The bees are especially lethal. If we so much as touch the sponsor, they'll swarm around and attack us.
Just like when they killed the others by sucking their blood dry.
Mr. Yakushiji was killed by those accursed bugs too.
Why are those bees still here in the school after the change of sponsors?
The question is, what are they? Why are they here? Likely because they aren't servants to a specific sponsor. They serve the invader hunt itself.
So long as the game continues, we'll have to live in fear of these bees.
It's not like the bees are invincible, though. Remember, we also have one of the sponsor's suits. The bees can't touch anyone who's wearing it. But here comes our biggest problem, the sponsor's 3rd weapon. A deadly new weapon they've somehow gotten their hands on, the detonator for the bombs inside us. Yeah, the second anyone closes in on them, we're screwed.
Being held back by bombs in our bodies is such a killing game cliche at this point. It's starting to feel like deja vu.
There were 7 buttons on that controller. Each button had an image of one of us on it. Yeah. They probably did that so that they wouldn't accidentally press the wrong button in the heat of the moment. It ensures the right person gets taken out before they attack the sponsor. This 3rd weapon may be the worst of all. With that around, we can't even get close.
Hey, I know. What if I attack the sponsor while wearing the suit? Nozomi, what is this nonsense? Are you still trying to die? No, this isn't a suicide mission. In fact, I think the odds are in my favor.
She doesn't technically have a bomb inside her, does she?
Think about it. There's no one better than me to do the job because I don't have a bomb in my body. Oh, right. You're not an official member, so...
Zoe came to the Academy of her own free will. She basically snuck in without even the people in charge noticing. Unlike us, she hadn't had a bomb implanted in her while she was unconscious. Even so, was it a good idea to put Nozomi in such a grave danger? Even if we did beat the sponsor by risking her life. I'd say building a strategy around Nozomi is feasible. It negates one of our sponsor's weapons. That's big.
So I can do it?
But even if we risked your life to beat the sponsor, would that really end the game? Beat the sponsor, beat the game. Oh no, the sponsor's actually still alive. That's been the flow of events so far.
Right, another successor might show up.
That's another problem. We have no way of knowing if another sponsor will just come back.
You got an army of zombies after all. Freeing successor out dead bodies is too freaky. Even for me. But didn't the sponsor mention that he only had one body right now?
No, there's only one of me. I'm not talented enough to control more than one body. Obviously that was a lie. Why would they show their hands so easily? We should assume the sponsor still has multiple bodies. It's pointless to kill just the one we can see. How about if we find and kill the person controlling them? there being one person in control was just a theory. Even if I was right, where would this person be? How could we find them?
Yeah, sponsor's like a brooch that can't be squished.
Tsubasa suddenly raised her voice in frustration.
They should just drop dead already. Why won't this game end? Don't be sad, Mistress Tsubasa. It's basically stylistic form for killing games to drag on and on.
Stylistic form?
Ever notice how killing games in movies or comics never seem to end once they get started? Players explore the loophole and think they won, only to find themselves at the start of another game. They beat the mastermind, think it's finally over, only for the true mastermind to show up. Sounds like you are describing the invader hunt. Yeah, 'cause so far as killing games go, this hunt's about as cliche as they come. I mean, have you seen the rules?
There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. I bet the sponsor's hoping it'll drag on forever. Oh, just knock me out now.
Wait, how are we supposed to win?
I've heard killing games to start with it and end with a bang. Oh, my recent recs include...
Darmy proceeded to go on a tangent about killing game reviews and theories, but I already tuned out by then. There's something she said earlier that I couldn't get out of my mind. There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. Yeah. Now that I think about it, if it's a game, then there has to be a way to win it, right? We've only known of a way to survive, but we've never heard of a way to win. How exactly are we supposed to win? She was right. There's nothing in the rules about us winning. For some odd reason, that statement stuck in my mind, even though I couldn't figure out for the life of me why it seemed so important. Is it because there is a way to win, but the sponsor's scared of us knowing? Are they just hoping that we don't know of a way to win?
Takumi, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm just thinking about something. I ignored the sensation and focused on continuing the discussion. Let's put our heads together and come up with a way to beat the sponsor and prevent another one from showing up. I feel like the only way that we're going to be able to beat the sponsor is by tricking them to breaking the rules. One of the other big rules of the killing game is that the sponsor is not allowed to intervene or attack players without any reason. If they try to attack a player, like unjustly, the game ends. It's over. Like, it even says that in the archives if I remember correctly. Let me check. The game will end immediately if the sponsor harms a player without just cause. That might be our way of getting the game to end. We need to find something that could throw the sponsor completely off their guard and would cause them to act irrationally. And if one of their irrational actions is to attack a player, then it's over for them. The bees will probably stop obeying them. That's going to be our only way, I think, of dealing with the sponsor. We have to find a way of tricking them into giving up their invincibility, of giving up the game. We do that, and we win.
Then.
Shut up, Egg. The question is, of course, though, how do we do that? And again, the other thing the way we're going to do that, I feel, is figuring out what is the condition to winning at the killing game. Every game has to have a way to win it. It doesn't matter what. If it's a game, it can be won. So the question is, what's the condition? Is it a certain amount of points that's needed in order to win? Is it surviving to day 100? Who knows? Our break time ends tomorrow. The fourth round would start in 2 days. I didn't want to play this game anymore. I've been hoping we could take out the sponsor before it started, but getting flustered now solves nothing. I should just go to bed. On the bright side, we now have everyone in the academy on the same team. With that in mind, we at least can plan around and make sure no one's betraying each other. It was not to be. My mind was still actively thinking about Darmy's words from the afternoon, and sleep had all but fled from me.
There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. I bet the sponsor's hoping it'll drag on forever. Oh, just knock me out now.
Darmy's probably right. That is probably what the sponsor wants. They just want the killing game to drag on. But if we win the game, then their plan is screwed. If we can figure out if we can figure out how to just stop the game, then we win. I didn't know why I was so hung up on that one point. And I still couldn't find an answer no matter how hard I thought about it. Eventually I finally started drifting off. Because I fell asleep with my lights on, the sleep was shallow that night, but I did dream. In those dreams, I relived the events that occurred ever since the sponsor showed up. Don't worry, I will not lay a finger on any of you. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. That's the only way we can beat them. We need to do something that would cause a sponsor to act out on a player without just cause. But what would do that? What would be so bad for the sponsor that it would cause them to try and attack someone, even if it meant killing the game? Killing the killing game, if you will. The forceful ending of the game was the one thing that could be construed as player victory. In that case, our goal is to try and trick the sponsor. Maybe that was why I got so hung up on what Darmy said. Because the player victory condition actually did exist. The victory condition is to trick the sponsor, to make them act out. The next scene to flash across my mind was Yugamo being blown up by the second sponsor. The invader hunt didn't end then, even though they'd murdered a player. That was because Yugamo attacked the sponsor first, so punishing him for that was considered a just cause. The current sponsor carried that terrible remote control capable of blowing us up everywhere they went. The scene changed and I saw the bodies of our friends that Yugamo had secured. The bombs on top of the coffins, Yugamo had surgically removed them post-mortem. Yugamo knows how to make the bombs removed. He was blown up by one himself. He must have abhorred their very existence. This terrifying weapon was tucked away in the bodies of all my friends. Wait.
It's an unspoken rule that an older brother takes the place of his sister when she faces certain death.
Maybe there is a way. Next, the memory of Ima and Kako asking to join our team surfaced in my mind. Ima declared that he would die on behalf of Kako. His determination touched me. Just then, I sat up in bed, suddenly wide awake.
Huh?
I found it! I found it! I had an epiphany while sifting through the memories in my dreams. I found a way to end this game! I ran out of my room and went to wake up Yugamo and Darmy. I think I know where we're headed. I think we need Yugamo to get rid of this bomb. What is it, Takumi? It's the dead of night, you know.
Yeah, what do you want? I was about to go visit Mr. Tsubasa in her room.
Listen, guys, I finally found it. I found a way to end the invader hunt. You mean you found a way to definitively kill the sponsor? No, we're not going to kill the sponsor. We're going to end the game.
What? Now? Is there any difference?
As different as chalk and cheese, conflating the two was our first mistake. I shared my new strategy with my friends. The reaction... That does sound like it could be worth a try.
That's Yugamu's handiwork that'll make or break the whole thing. You sure it's gonna work?
I'm sure. He's already taken out 6 of those things. You can probably do it blindfold by now, right? I never done on a living patient before, okay? Don't come to crying to me if I end up killing you instead. Doesn't matter. We can keep coming back with Revive Matic until you get it right. You're making it sound like some peaceful picnic. Well, I'll give it a try. It's a job of a leader's aide to pander to his every woman fancy after all. We don't have much time, so let's get started right away. I need you to come with me to the biolab. Alright. Take this damn thing out of me. Take off your clothes and lie down on that table over there. Comply with Yugamo's instructions, stripping with our backs to each other.
I feel like 2 boys see me naked. Gross. Might as well go the whole 9 yards, start making the O face now.
Come on, this is an emergency. It's not like we got any ulterior motive.
So says the pervert, trying to sneak glances at my boobs.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell Mr. Tsubasa about this.
I wasn't looking, I didn't see anything. You ready? Then let's do this. Oh, but first, some anesthetic. Oh dear. There's a sharp prickling pain for a moment, and then... Day 5. If we can just trick the sponsor into attacking us, then we win. That's all that matters.
You did it.
Ow!
You did it.
Great! Now I'm damaged goods.
Ow!
On the bright side, this scar makes it look like I was in an epic sword fight or something. A scar on the back would have been a swordsman's shame.
Removing that thing from a living body was certainly different. I was out of my element.
Look at my body.
Anyway, better put your clothes on. The opening ceremony for the 4th round is about to begin.
Let's go. Quickly got dressed, hiding the large scars on her chest under her clothes. And then... The 4th round of the Invader Hunt will now begin. Gather at the Leisure Lounge so I can explain the rules. This is it. This is our die time.
Gam and I will go ahead and tell you guys about the plan. Come join us when you're ready, Takumi.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I don't know if this is gonna work, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping it will, but I don't think it will. We all dashed to the Leisure Lounge. It was time for a showdown. Finally! Although, what's with that getup of yours? Sponsor seemed a little confused about my appearance. It was only natural since I was wearing the same thing they were. I stood before them in the suit that Hiroko had retrieved at the cost of her life.
Takumi, why are you dressed up like that?
What's going on, Takumi? Everyone looked equally confused. That was the act they were supposed to be putting on.
I smell big fat rat.
I smell big fat rats. Is this your version of a taunt? Coming here in that suit can only mean one thing, am I right? That depends on your response. Answer the sponsor in a calm, quiet voice. One question for you, sponsor. You've been hounding on and pestering me ever since you showed up. Why? I thought I told you before. It's because you're the most entertaining one here. You're such a little goody-goody, which also makes you capable of the cruelest decisions. A pair of goody two-shoes would happily step into the most disgusting puddle of filth to protect someone if they could. I just knew you would provide top-class entertainment if I pushed you into a corner, and that's exactly what you did. Are your hands still stained with the blood of those people you murdered in cold blood, serial killer Takumi? The sponsor's jarring laugh echoed throughout the room. Okay, now's the perfect time to act angry. I'm glad you were so entertained, and I hope you're ready for more. Let's see how funny you find this. Wait, Mrs. Sumino, what are you thinking? That's against the rules.
Down, Takumi, down. You can't be serious about this.
Don't do it, Takumi. Everyone else tried to stop me. Of course, this is all part of the act, too. We need to make it seem like I was acting on my own, totally independent from the others. That was the scene we were trying to present to the bees hovering above. Let go! I made up my mind. I have to do this. I shook off the pleas of the others. Sponsor has to pay for what they did. They're making me kill other humans. I charged the sponsor full speed, a knife in my hand. The bees swooped toward me with the familiar cacophony of beating wings. Obviously, they meant to suck the blood of the rule breaker dry. Their stingers couldn't penetrate the suit I was wearing. Raise a knife. The suit could repel any cryptoglobin-based attack, but was weak against physical attacks. Even a knife could break through it. You really didn't think this through, Takumi. Have you forgotten about my other weapon? Sponsor took up the remote control. Sheesh, I was hoping you could entertain me for a while more before you broke. Alas, all good things must come to an end. So long, Takumi. Let's play again in our next lives. Sponsor pressed the detonation button for the bomb in my body. But I wasn't the one who got blown up.
Darumi!
Instead, it was Darumi. Darumi and I will exchange the bombs in our bodies. When I violate the rules, the sponsor will press the button for my bomb. When they do that, the one who actually explodes will be Darumi, who hasn't broken any rules at all. Right, that will fulfill the victory condition of this game. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. That's how we'll win. With the sponsor really honored that rule, though, they could just change it on the spot. Between the two of them, the sponsors have tampered with the rules of the hunt plenty already. That's true. The rules seem more like guidelines than anything else, but I have a feeling this one is set in stone. When I was laid up in bed before, the sponsor came to my room. I wish I could torture you myself, but alas, that would be against the rules. They sound genuinely sad when they said that. So this is a rule that not even the sponsor, with all their authority, can change. I think so. The moment they blow up Darumi instead of me, something will happen. I didn't know how, but the sponsor would be heavily punished. That would give us an opportunity if we needed to beat them.
Hold up, you're talking like it's a given I'll get blown up in your place. Why is it gotta be me? Doesn't matter who does it, right? Couldn't you use Emer or one of those other guys?
Hey!
No, you have to be the one. It absolutely has to be you, I've decided.
Who? And why's that?
Because you got to kiss Tsubasa before me.
So it's just a personal grudge? You're the normie who needs to be blown up and die.
What do you care? We'll bring you back with a revive automatic anyway.
Of course I care. The mouth that kissed Lake Tsubasa's delicate lips will be destroyed.
Go ahead, you homewrecker. The lip. You're killing me, Takumi. But in a good way. That's the sort of high-handedness I expect from a successful leader. So, sponsor. Once I ascertained the bomb had gone off, I took off the suit and stormed toward the sponsor. That was against the rules. You broke the rules, sponsor. Blowing up Darumi when she didn't do anything at all. That's a grave violation.
You killed Miss Amamiya. Yeah, give her back to us.
Huh?
What the? You're back already? For a while, the sponsor said nothing as we surrounded and hurled accusations at them.
You really had me fooled.
Eventually, they let out a subdued sigh.
Darn it, I totally miscalculated. You switched the bombs in your bodies, huh? When I pressed the detonator, I ended up hurting Darmy without just cause.
You're right, I've broken the rules. Therefore,
That's it?
no modified denials, sloppy excuses, death pleas, nothing at all.
Huh?
I thought you'd bring out at least one last desperate gambit.
What am I supposed to do? Haven't you seen the state of my unbeatable weapons?
We followed the sponsor's glance to the ceiling. Huh?
Huh?
Whoa! They're dead!
The bees are falling.
Whoa!
Are they dead? Those bees are like embodiments of the game itself. Since the game's over now, of course they're going to die too.
Huh! One after another, the bees dropped to the ground. Well, that was easy. See, I have nothing to fight with now. Feel free to do whatever you want to me. You're definitely not getting up easily, but before that, show us your true face and tell us who you really are.
He must be a zombie, right?
Or a monster that looks even more hideous. I'm going to take off your suit now. Resist and you die, understand? What's the point in resisting now? Go ahead! Oh no. Open sesame! It's... What? Everyone was dumbfounded by the face that had been hiding beneath the suit. I couldn't believe. It was him all this time? How was it possible? I knew it! I knew it was Ado! Ado! You're still alive!
Hello, Takumi. Guess my secret's out. I was really hoping I could play the sponsor for a little while more.
Hi, alternate timeline Ato.
No, wait, Ato?
Huh?
Don't tell me you're a zombie.
Did his dead body revive somehow?
No, his body is still secured in my room. He couldn't have come back from the dead.
Then is this someone else disguised as Ato?
Couldn't believe Ado Atsuki was staying with Force again, but there was no mistaking his malicious presence. You're really the real Ato? It's been a while since we spoke face to face like this, hasn't it, Takumi? I am indeed Ado Atsuki, in the flesh. Not the Ado Atsuki you know, though. I come from another, slightly different world. My thoughts were thrown into confusion. How could Ado still be alive? How did he become the sponsor? And as the second sponsor, how was he connected to the first? You look completely flabbergasted. Wouldn't you like to know who I really am?
That goes without saying. Spit it out already. You have no right to remain silent. Just what kind of alternate universe did you come from? Why did you make Takumi do that to those people in the mansion?
We surrounded Ado and bombarded him with questions. Calm down, everyone. Don't worry, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I was surprised. He actually promised to answer our questions without leaving us hanging. Except, I just have one condition.
What is it?
I'll only answer questions from Takumi, and we have to be alone. No answers if anyone else is there. Why do I have to be stuck alone somewhere with you? Is that a no? Do you really want to turn down this offer? It's the biggest chance you have to get information out of me, team leader. Got a lot of nerve. We could always squeeze that information out of you through my various torture techniques. You're not much of a professional assassin if you can't tell torture won't work on someone like me, Yugamu. I've already made up my mind. I'll only talk when I'm alone with Takumi. You're still trying to toy with me at this stage?
Why are you so obsessed with Takumi anyway?
Why wouldn't I be mean to him? After all, you're the version of you that's killed me, aren't you? You're from one of the roots that... Wait, I think I know what version you are. Hiriko mentioned that Ado escaped from another... in one of the other roots, right? In one of the other routes, Hiriko mentioned that Ado had escaped using the leap machine. This is that Ado, isn't it? This is the Ado that escaped from whatever route that was. I think it was related to, like, the boxes of Calamity and Blessing. But this is that Ado, isn't it? I did kill Ado. Or so I thought. How could he be standing before me again now? So this is all about revenge? You even became the sponsor of the killing game to... Not really. But I just couldn't get over it, you know? Oh, you offed the other me like you were stamping out a pest to be exterminated. Looking oh so righteous while you were at it. I wanted to make sure you came to terms with your true vile nature. Then you never feel inclined to act self-righteous again. How does it feel to be an even worse serial killer than me, Takumi? Just for that? You made me kill those people just for that! Now that's an expression better suited to a disgusting creature like you. Are you in utter anguish yet?
I took over the killing game from the previous sponsor so I could see you looking tortured by guilt and desperation. The game may be over, but my fun has only just begun. Because now it's your responsibility to interrogate me.
I wanted to kill Ado again, right there and then, to avenge my friends who died in the game. But I knew I couldn't. We needed the information he had.
It's starting to feel more and more like the multiverse series through. This Ado came from another timeline, right?
Huh? Does that mean he knows how to travel between timelines?
Can we see Takemaru alive again if we go to another timeline?
If this Ado really did come from a different timeline, the information he held was priceless. We could solve our most immediate problems by learning how to travel between timelines from him. We wouldn't have to fight Dulcia or struggle to get the escape pod started up. Nobody else needed to die. I don't think so. To get that information.
Shall we have a little chat, Takumi? You have to tell me what I want to know first. Like the sensation you felt when you killed those people. The feeling of bathing in the warm blood of your victims. That squelching sound was so nice and satisfying, wasn't it?
In that moment, the faces of those people suddenly surfaced in my mind, clear as day. The faces of the people I had killed. My breathing quickened and I broke out into a cold sweat. Ado really did have the potential to be the best assassin in the world. His ability to drive people into dead ends and make them wish they were dead with words alone was unparalleled.
It's not so bad to be caught if I can get to see you looking like that. But I'm nowhere near done yet. Don't think you can get away from that ugly soul of yours for even a moment. I'll be sure to remind you of your sin from now on, every single day.
I could feel the strength leaving my body as Ado laughed at the top of his voice. And to think I thought I'd finally be able to relax after defeating the sponsor and ending the game. I was wrong. My real suffering was only just beginning. After killing Ado, he came back with a firm hand on my ankle, ready to drag me back down to hell with him. My killing game wasn't over yet.
Wow!
It happened so quickly I barely knew what was going on. Tsubasa picked up the knife I dropped, lunged forward, and slit Ado's throat with it.
Tsubasa!
Don't you dare bully Takumi. My sweet Takumi.
Tsubasa.
Anyone who dares to hurt him is going to have to answer to me.
You, all of you, are such ugly monsters.
Welp. Ado coughed up blood and collapsed on the ground, and within a few seconds he stopped breathing. Welp. That just happened. Tsubasa! I ran over and held her in a tight embrace.
Sorry. You're supposed to ask me for more information. I can't take it anymore. I can't bear to see you in such pain.
No need to apologize, Tsubasa. If you hadn't jumped in, I'd have done the same thing.
3 cheers for Miss Kawana. The sponsor got what was coming to him, and it feels so good.
Vengeance for Takemaru. Something like that doesn't deserve a live. I approve of Mr. Tsubasa of anything Mr. Tsubasa does. Besides, this is a perfect end to a killing game.
The perfect end?
Killing games just love to drag out the story for as long as possible and then suddenly drop the ending on you with zero fanfare. You know, without answering any of the subplots it was alluding to the whole time. It's not a real killing game these days if it doesn't end super abruptly. That's why this is the perfect end to our killing game. I'm here all day for it.
I don't think it's ending. And so the Bear Hunt ended abruptly in perfect killing game style 60 days after it began. I don't believe this. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't bothered by the many unanswered questions left behind. I don't think so. Next objective. I don't think that killing game's over, despite the fact that bees are gone.
Unfortunately, Ado Atsuki's cryptoglobin is not strong enough to power the pod.
Right, I didn't think it would be that easy. We drained all the blood out of Ado's body and pumped it into the escape pod's fuel tank. But it still wasn't enough.
Even though he was so strong, Ado's cryptoglobin is totally useless.
If you really think about it, 80% of his strength came from those bees.
Speaking of the bees, I've analyzed the remains and discovered something. They're actually a type of combat organism, or school invader to use a name for them.
That makes a lot more sense now. I was wondering, like, what are these bees? We haven't seen any example of them in existence, but now that you mentioned that they're that they're school invaders, that suddenly makes a lot more sense how willing they are to act on behalf of other people, or whoever's controlling them. And it makes more sense on how, like, they're designed. If you put those in, like, combat, like, if those things were an actual enemy in combat, they would fit right in with the other enemies that you fight during defensive battles. So they were a type of school invader.
So the bees used to be human? I hypothesize that the first sponsor found and attacked a combat organism factory. From there, they must have coerced the manufacturers in creating these bee-like units with enhanced power and functionality.
But why did the bees die all at once when the sponsor broke the rules?
Perhaps because of the Divine Pact to prevent the sponsor from harming the participants without due cause.
Divine Pact. It's how they were. It's why they were allowed to control them. It basically, because Himoyama is divine blood, there has to be rules set if you want to actually control it. And if these rules are broken, you lose immediate control.
A wish made by God, if you will. Do you not also offer something in return when making a wish to your god? I'll be a good girl, so please let our surgery be a success. Things like that.
So in this case, I won't harm the players without due cause, so please grant these bees great strength. The sponsor? No, the people who built these bees made a wish like that.
Did God grant them that wish? So God really exists? The strong belief that exists is the key. Divine blood grows in strength by binding itself to emotions, and the strongest feeling in this world is devotion.
Yeah? God, you say? That skill's too grand for a little guy like me to comprehend. Just who was that first sponsor anyway?
That's the other question. We still don't know who the first sponsor was.
They're still completely shrouded in mystery. Sorry guys, if I hadn't killed Ato...
It wasn't your fault, Tsubasa. No one's trying to blame you for anything.
That's right, we're all really grateful for what you did.
Mr. Tsubasa, can I comfort you with the longest, deepest kiss you've ever had? Can I? I really want to.
Let's just forget about Ato. The killing game's over now anyway. If the first monster was a zombie like we had theorized, it was still possible they could come back at any point. However, the bees that had been their strongest weapon were dead now. Without those bees, we could definitely take out the sponsor by ourselves. There was nothing to be afraid of anymore. What we need right now is more cryptoglobin to fully power the escape pod. And we have a perfect candidate for who can provide us with that. Right, Squad Zero Commander Dosha. We have to find a way to beat him and take his cryptoglobin. Commune, have you finished developing the poison that can help with that?
Who do you think I am? It was already done and dusted a while ago.
So we can beat Dosha now?
Indeed, so long as you proceed with caution.
My poison will break down its invincible defense, but Dosha will still be a formidable foe.
We have to come up with a foolproof strategy to beat him when he shows up at the academy, whenever that may be. When night fell...
And there! I finally got the fire started, everyone.
I cast fire!
I cast fire spell! No.
We lit a bonfire in the schoolyard as a memorial for all our friends who had lost their lives in the invader hunt. Closing our eyes, we observed a moment of silence and mourning.
Yoshika, Moko, Kurara, Ava. Our fight against the sponsor is finally over. Mother, may you rest in peace. Have no fear. My sister and I will be fine by ourselves.
Sorry for making you ingest that poison, Kyoshika. I hope this fire can ease some of your pain.
Thank you for protecting us, Mr. Yakushiji.
We're only alive because of you. Thank you for sacrificing yourself to save us too, Shoma. Precious Hiroko, thanks for being to hang out with someone like me. Thanks for being my friend.
Hiroko, we did it. You protected us all. If Hiroko hadn't set up the anti-sponsor alliance, we'd all have perished in the invader hunt. Not just her. Everyone else who died after her became lights of hope that guided the 8 of us to where we were now. We mourned the souls of those who had died in this game for many hours. But we knew we couldn't mourn forever. We still had a war to fight. Alright, everyone. Time to dry our tears and discuss what to do for the next battle. Press through the pain and look to the future. Everyone wiped their tears away at my rallying call and looked up. We got some food and beverages from the cafeteria and began our war council. It was clear everyone was simply trying to put on a brave front at first, but as we ate and drank, we started to cheer up for real. No, look at this. Pretty soon it was just like old times.
The way your festivals are held is truly intriguing. Such a different culture from ours.
Dance with me, commune. I'll teach you how we get it back in the Tokyo residential complex.
Jamming.
Takumi, we can't let them outshine us.
I don't dance, gamer.
Till we drop.
Also,
I'll teach you how to do the lambada.
The what?
The one with all those sensual hip movements? Yeah.
Of course you would want to do that,
Go dance with
Yugamu. I'm not
yourself.
that surprised.
Not gonna lie, I've never been to a party like this before. Mostly because I never get invited to cultural festivals or sports meets.
Listen, I can tell with how pale you... speaking of paleness, this might be a weird tangent to just go off on randomly, but recently it was my birthday, July 2nd, and one thing we did for my birthday is we went jet skiing. My family has jet skis, so we went doing that. And it just occurred to me and the day after I did that jet skiing thing, I came to the painful realization of just how pale I am. I don't really go outside that often. I am kind of a shut-in. But, my goodness, I put sunscreen on and my skin still... I put on sunscreen, I had a long sleeve, like, wet shirt or whatever, swimming trunks, and yet my knees and my hands still got tomato red. And I know I put sunscreen on. I literally made sure I slathered it on, and yet, nope, I still turned into a tomato. Because I'm a friggin' vampire at this point. Sorry, weird tangent to go off on. It just made me think of that.
With me around, you'll never be shunned like that again. Let's hang out every day and talk about everything under the sun.
The point I'm trying to make is that, as of recording this, as of recording this, the date is currently July 7th. And it has been, what, 5 days at this point since the jet skis? And I'm still feeling the agony.
Brother dearest, I want to play with fireworks. Can we use the Gift-O-Matic to make some?
That's my brilliant little sister for you. We'll make the biggest and brightest firework display anyone's ever seen.
How much you want to bet this is going to end terribly still? Now running out of topics. Some kept drinking and eating, others dozed off. We all have fun late into the night. We're going to wake up and Dasha's just going to stand over my shoulder again, like in the first time we ever met him, right? As I got up, fell straight. Hey, Dasha. Yeah, I'm not that surprised. It's literally the same picture from when we first met him in the first time ever.
Falling asleep all sprawled
How many
out
episodes
in the
ago?
open like this
How
in
many
the
episodes
midst
ago
of a
was that now?
war. Not the most sensible idea.
Howdy, Dasha. I appreciate talking me shirt saying too petrified at this scene. How did Dasha get into school? What happened to the alarm? What's going on? It's completely overwhelmed.
Talk me, you're already up. Morning. Oh man, we slept and missed sunrise. Dasha!
Excuse me, but what is it with the level of excitement first thing in the morning?
Air alert! Wake up, everyone!
What's going on? How did you get through without tripping the alarm?
Alarm? What are you talking about?
As we were debating, the others showed up one by one. You mean the other two?
How did Dasha get into school? Is the alarm down? It's like he simply walked through the wall of fire. He's invincible by his very nature. As long as the flames remain undisturbed, the defense system will not detect anything.
That's very educational and all, but why are you so familiar with the security system? That's what I want to know.
Before defecting, I was the head of the intelligence department in charge of analyzing the school's defenses. I'm shook at little lolly shrine maiden over here as a former enemy.
You must be the shrine maiden, the main sage commune. You've fallen far from the light of God. I suppose you must have your reasons, but know that I show no mercy to any who makes an enemy of me. You shall perish alongside these invaders.
Damn it, I wasn't expecting to have to fight him like this. All that prep work was for nothing. Now we were gonna be wiped out. Just as I thought, that thought went through my mind.
1 minute, that's all you get. Go get yourself ready for battle. Do not disappoint me. I'm just gonna go over here and eat some of your food that you left out. I still see you got a whole... Where'd you get a whole turkey? I thought turkeys were extinct after the war started. Are these hot dogs? Delicious.
Looks like we've been saved by his code of chivalry.
Huh?
You did mention that you didn't like to do sneak attacks before, right? Fine, fair and square. I'm a fan.
Not so much one with the ones about to fight him. We'll go with the strategy we discussed before. Crypto is what we need to finally escape. Once we get our infusers ready, decisive battles began. Stab. Are we about, like, is this route gonna actually get to day 100? I'm starting to think it might not. But at the same time, I also feel like something's gonna happen.
His invincible consider it done.
Our strategy is to make him step on... This is a battle of wit.
Yeah, I know the whole deal. 99 defense.
It's time.
Oh man.
The effect of the
poison will take some time to set in.
Kill the minis. Scatter.
I never would have guessed.
Don't turn tail and...
No, I would have to die on the back.
How much you want to bet Vesh's is going to join? I feel like Vesh is going to steal Dosh's blood, and then we're going to still have to do whatever. I'm just trying to think of all the ways that this can go horribly wrong. And Veshness is the last thing I have. Veshness is my last weapon that I can think of that can make everything go horribly wrong. Veshness will pop out, steal Dosh's blood, and then force us to continue the killing game. Because she's just like, I want to do this now.
So I've but
I still don't get
in this world. When I
Yeah, it's the same dialogue.
Thank you.
You could have met.
Yeah.
It was an odd.
Yeah, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!
Foolish old man. Why would you think to let these invaders live?
I knew it!
Veshness!
My final
You're
hope
still
of
alive.
terrible endings.
I thought we blew you up with that bomb.
You really presumed I could be killed by your paltry weaponry?
Considering how weak you are, yes.
Certainly, I was a little scratched up. But I have since made a full recovery, thanks to the blood of this old bag of bones.
Spitter words out angrily and crush Dosh's remains on the foot.
Are you crazy? Stepping on your own ally like that?
Surely nothing I do now can be as crazy as what you have already done. I heard from that so-called sponsor about your little killing game.
Please tell me that you're taking up the information or the pet mantle.
Hunt. How dare you treat my adorable pets as targets for some mindless sport?
You consider them adorable? I guess I can see what some of them being cute actually.
Nevertheless, your indiscriminate killing spree has also given me some unexpected benefits.
Like what?
Solidarity, fostered by hate.
I'm not smart enough to figure out what that means. Can you explain?
You have angered so many people that my army has grown larger and more unified than before.
Oh, good.
We are the strongest we've ever been. All of us fueled by an intense hatred for you vile invaders. You, on the other hand, are dwindling in numbers. Our next attack will certainly end in your untimely demise. Just wait. The day will soon come when my army levels this school to the ground. And all of you with it.
Veshness, I hate to break it to you, but you are honestly probably about the least threatening thing in this game right now. With that declaration, Veshness turned her back on us. With no regard for us standing there dumbfounded, she calmly left. Like, honestly, Veshness, you're not really that scary at all. Our dim hope that this fight would be over once we defeated Dalshi was stored by Veshness' sudden reappearance. She'd be leading her massive army in an all-out attack against the Academy soon. In fact, plunge our hearts and minds into deep despair. Well, at least there's no killing game, I guess. I'm surprised that she didn't just take up the mantle, honestly. So what do we do now? I still can't believe Veshness survived.
Their armies grown even stronger. They became serious about taking us out because we were so aggressive during the hunt.
Bounces was the sponsor's ultimate objective all in all. Why do you say that? They organized a game that made us hunt down every single school invader we saw. Knowing all that time that it would foster hatred among the invaders, eventually boiling over and exploding into all-out war. That kind of full-scale fighting is sure to create an astounding number of dead bodies.
So the sponsor gets tons of dead bodies by making both sides take out each other out. Sounding more and more like the first sponsor really was a zombie.
We're still playing out the sponsor script even after they're gone.
How big do you think Vesh's final attack will be? If the site is truly unified, the number of combat organisms will be like the likes of which we've never seen before. How can we even defend ourselves against that? And Vesh is even stronger than Dalsha, right?
She did just absorb his cryptoglobin.
What an impossible game to try and win.
Well, everyone started looking gloomy. Who could blame us? We were all filled with dread. We thought our fight would be over once Dalsha was defeated. But that hope had been turned into utter despair. This couldn't go on. We were being paralyzed by fear. So later, I had to do something. Let's talk about our bright future ahead.
What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Dwelling on gloomy stuff is only going to make us more gloomier, so let's talk about what our dreams for the future are. This is an order from your leader. I'll even start us off. Yeah, start talking about my dreams.
Once we're back on the artificial
Yippee!
satellite, I'm going to become roommates with Tsubasa, Yugamu, and Darumi. We're going to rent a cheap but big house and live together in abject poverty. Becoming penniless roommates with my friends.
Yippee! Look how happy they are. Everyone just slapped.
Wait, stop telling me. That was my dream. You can't just poach on it like that.
Just means you and I have the same dreams of awesome. Just like we should. You're united. Okay. Not fight all these people. Really not pushing the sun unsolicited info, dumb guys. What is happening?
Yeah, my embodies. Those are just... What is happening?
Close your eyes, Commune. You're too young for this. Yugama, you're next. What are you gonna do? Dream jobs, you say? Ideally, I'd like to do something medicine-related. I think I've taken enough lives, so now I want to use my knowledge about the human body to save lives instead.
I think you make a great doctor. You've already saved my life plenty of times.
How about you, Darmy? What are you gonna do?
That's a stupid question. Infiltrate in a rogue company, of course. I'll start as a janitor and work my way up to become director of my own project. Then I'll flood the spineless adventure game industry with my erotic fantasies.
Wow, when did you become so optimistic, Darmy?
You call this being optimistic? What about you two? What do you two want to do on the artificial satellite?
Just live my life out peacefully with Commune, I guess. Take daily walks, go shopping, and enjoy life like an ordinary person.
I do not expect a life of ease as a refuge, but I will use my skills and abilities to overcome any obstacle.
I'll support you however I can too. That's what I promised Ava. Your turn, Nima Kako. You have any dreams? We'd love to hear them.
Just so happened Brother Dearest and I were discussing this matter the other day.
Once we make the satellite, we'll volunteer to distribute food to any children in need. We really should balance out all the bad things we did here with some good stuff.
And what could be better than helping children who were just like us in the past? That's an awesome dream to have. Help too. I'll build powerful cooking stuff for you.
You'll likely need medical help with assistance as well. That's where I come in. I can help with that.
Spoke about our plans and dreams, our faces becoming brighter and brighter. Painting a vivid mental picture of a bright future is a great way to shake yourself out of the paralysis of despair. That was what I learned that night. Not to mention, being around spouse infused me with even more life. Let's all beat Vicious together. Our cryptoglobe will definitely be strong enough to activate the escape pod. Then we'll all be able to make our dreams come true. Energized and looking forward to the future again, everyone start preparing for the final attack with renewed determination. Wait, no shot. Shut up. I need to know, when's the last time I had free time in this freaking chapter? Definitely not since it began. We haven't had free time in this route. We haven't had free time in this route, period. There has never been a single time, second of free time in this entire route. Is this still locked? Yeah. Where is the, where's the route that I'm on? What day is it, like 88? There we are. I'm sorry, it's just funny to me to have free time at all. I'm trying to think. I normally end it here for today, but... You know what? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it here for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all later. Peace.